Ever sent an API update and nothing changed? Or worse, you overwrote the wrong record? I'll show you how to safely update a user with a put request using the free JSONPlaceholder API. We'll update a user and inspect the response to confirm what changed. If you want more hands-on API tutorials, hit like and subscribe now, and stay with me for the full demo. Before we can update anything, we need a resource to update. So let's first create a new user using a post request. I'm switching to the post method and sending a request to https JSONPlaceholder.typicode.com/users. Now I'll open the body tab, select raw, choose JSON, and enter the user details. Click send. The API responds with 201 created, which tells us the resource was created successfully. Notice the response also contains an ID. This ID uniquely identifies the newly created resource. We'll use this ID in our next step to tell the API exactly which record we want to update. Now let's create another request inside the same collection. I'll name it update user. Change the request method from get to put. For the endpoint, use https JSONPlaceholder.typicode.com/users/1. A quick note before we continue. You might be wondering why I'm using users1 instead of users11, which was returned by the post request. JSONPlaceholder is a fake REST API. It simulates creating new users, but doesn't actually save them. Because of that, updating currently results in a 500 internal server error. To keep our focus on learning put requests, we'll update an existing user, users1 instead. Open the body tab. Select raw. Change the format to JSON from the format dropdown. Now enter the updated user information. The request body contains the new data that will replace or update the existing resource. Everything is ready. When we click send, the API receives the request and uses the data in the request body to update the user identified by the resource ID in the URL. After processing the request, the API returns the updated resource in the response. Let's look at the response. Notice that the response contains the updated values we sent. For example, the username has been updated to Jondo Update. The API is returning the updated version of the resource. Since we're using JSONPlaceholder, this update is only simulated. It returns the updated data in the response, but it doesn't permanently save the changes on the server. This is perfectly fine for learning how put requests work. Now look at the status code. We received 200 OK. A 200 OK status code indicates that the update request was processed successfully. Unlike post requests, which usually return 201 created, put requests typically return 200 OK. After sending a put request, we should validate several things. First, verify that the status code is 200 OK. Next, check that the response body contains the updated values we sent. Verify the response time. Review any required response headers. And finally, make sure the correct resource ID was used in the request URL. These validations help ensure that the API updated the correct resource successfully. Now let's save this request. Click Save. Now the request is stored inside your collection and can be reused anytime. Before we finish, let's quickly compare post and put. Post is used to create a new resource. Put is used to update an existing resource. Post usually returns 201 created. Put usually returns 200 OK. Another important difference is that put requires the resource ID in the URL, so the API knows exactly which record should be updated. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.